All right, let's take care of these week 8 picks for this week. 6 and 7 last week on my picks. Back in the lottery. Went from the playoffs to the lottery. So let's take it at the top. Buccaneers and Bills. Both of these teams lost last week. But if you want to say one of these teams going to make a bounce back, I would say it would be the Bills at home. So I'm taking the Bills in week 8 at home against the Buccaneers, which could be a toss-up because they've both been inconsistent, up and down, lose, win, lose, win. But taking a home team is a pretty safe bet, and the Bills should be playing to their potential. So I'm expecting them to bounce back in week 8 at home. So we'll take the Bills on that. Jaguars and Steelers. I'm going to go with the Steelers at home. Besides all that, we need the Jaguars to start losing some games. They're trying to sprint off, and we got to catch them, and we got to bring them down to speed. But I like the makeup of their team. Jaguars is all good with me. The only problem is they're in the wrong division. And Steelers, we know the story with that, so I definitely got to take the Steelers in week 8. Cowboys and Rams. Cowboys at home. Cowboys want to keep up with the Eagles. Losing that game, they pretty much can forget about it. You lose against the Rams at home, trying to catch the Eagles for as record-wise, divisional-wise, is not going to happen. So I'm expecting them to play all out at home against those Rams. Now, we love for them to lose. We will love it, but I just don't see it. Cowboys want to be who they really want to be. You can't lose a game like that at the halfway mark. So I'm expecting them to pull that out in week 8 against the Rams. Trust me, I'm not pleased with picking these Cowboys almost every week. Falcons and Titans. I'm going with the Falcons on that one. Titans look like they're having a fire sale. Yeah, they're having a hot clearance going on, and they just trying to offload players. Falcons, they all right here and there. I like the makeup of their team. A lot of young talent. They're exciting to watch. Titans are at home too, but look like they done threw in the towel. I'm going with the Falcons in week 8. There go those Saints again. Saints and Colts. I'm gonna go with y'all, Saints. I didn't pick y'all last week, did I? Did y'all play I think the Saints played the Jaguars, didn't they? And lost? Yeah. Saints. I believe y'all did lose to the Jaguars. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pick y'all this week against the Colts at home. No Richardson, their starting superstar, supposed to be quarterback, is out for the season. They got highly so-called robbed last week on a pass interference call. So they'll be a little jacked up too, want to play at home. But I think the Saints are good enough. I'll trust in Derek Carr this week to go down there and pull out a win in week 8. So Saints in week 8. Browns and Seahawks. Seahawks at home. Geno Smith seems like he's figuring it out. Geno Smith looks like he's a respectable quarterback now. This late in his career now, this guy's finally figured it out. He's looking good. He's throwing touchdown passes, tight touchdown passes in the corner of the end zone. Geno Smith, can you believe this? And the Browns, I mean, you expected a little better than them to come out of the gate, but Deshaun Watson got hurt. He's been out. I don't even know if he's playing this week. The quarterback they got in there went out there and won a game against the Colts, but like I say, the Colts got robbed, so-called robbed. We're going to keep saying that, so-called robbed, and they ended up pulling it out. But the backup quarterback for the Browns looked pretty good. Sean Watson, he was on the sideline looking. I know he had that glare in his eye like, all right now, we want to win the ball game, but don't show too many flashes now. I still got to get back in there. But I'm taking the Seahawks. Seahawks in week 8. Chiefs and Broncos. That's almost laughable. We're going to go with the Chiefs, but hey, the way the week's been looking, especially last week, a lot of upsets. Anything can happen. But I'm not going on that anything can happen. I'm going with the safest bet, and I don't think no Chiefs is going to lose in Denver to those Broncos. I don't see that happening at all. Shock me, please, on that one. Bears and Chargers. Let's pull that up. Bears and Chargers. Chargers at home. Chargers need that. They need it. They've been dropping some big games. They got to have that. That's Sunday Night Football as well against the Bears. Bears won a game. Can y'all believe that? The Bears finally pulled out one. I mean, to a team that you thought that they couldn't win. Was it the Packers? Yeah, the Packers. They beat the Packers. But I don't think they're going to be good enough to beat Chargers at home, especially how desperate they are. Chargers got to get it going. I'm going with the Chargers, week 8. Let's take this thing to the top. Jets and Giants. You know what? Usually I would pick the Jets in this situation. Giants won last week. A little shocker. Did they beat the Commanders? Yeah, I think they beat the Commanders. Divisional game and a divisional rival. They beat the Commanders. Call me crazy. I might give them a charity on this one. I'm going to go ahead and go with those Giants. I don't feel like they're a threat to our division. They're in desperate need of wins. I think getting that win against the Commanders last week kind of get them a little mojo, and they might think they're bigger than what they are. And the Jets, they're really expected to win. They'll be favored to win, I'm pretty sure. But something's telling me those Giants are going to pull this out at home. And I'm going with the Giants. We'll just say we'll call that my bold prediction of this week. My bold prediction. Eagles and Commanders. We're going to go with the Eagles on this one. Commanders, boy, they're in desperate need. You just lost to the Giants. And you didn't even put up enough points on top of it. 7 points against a high-powered Eagles team, that's not going to be nearly enough. And I don't think you can just turn on the switch and go out there and score 30 points or more this week. At home, divisional rival. Eagles. Vikings and Packers. This old school rival game here. I'm riding with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins looking good. Yeah, I'm going to keep on riding that wave with him. I liked what I seen with Kirk Cousins. You could beat the 49ers. You should be able to go in Green Bay and beat the Packers. You would think. Keep riding that wave. I'm riding with you in week 8. I say they get those Packers, even though it's hard to play down there in Lambeau Field. But Kirk can't afford to drop it. Gonna go with you. We're gonna go with you. Patriots and Dolphins. This one's almost laughable too. And you don't think those Dolphins gonna be upset what happened last week? If it's such thing as an angry fish, that's going to be them this week. Patriots, I don't think they're going to stand a chance. I think these Dolphins want to show, hey, don't forget about us. Don't forget about us. Texans and Panthers. Texans coming off that bye week. They should be rested. They should be ready. They done scouted enough. They're in the middle now of this season. It's time for them to make a stance. And what better time to do it to go in there in Carolina and take down the Panthers? C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young. You have an opportunity to separate yourself, C.J. Stroud. Bryce Young's been struggling. Panthers been struggling. I don't want to call this the Michael Jordan and the Clyde Drexler trying to separate yourself, but you can do that in this game. Well, all the talk can be about you and put this Bryce Young stuff to rest. So go ahead and snatch that one in Carolina. Get to 4-3 and keep that train moving. Texans in the week 8. Bengals and 49ers. 49ers going to be upset. They're going to want to prove something. Taking those 49ers. Bengals coming off that bye week. You know what? Can I change my pick? I'm going to change my pick. Bengals in desperate need. They've been struggling all season long. Joe Burrow got him some rest. They got a bye week. They was able to scout. They was able to look. Tighten up some things they've been missing out on. 49ers, yes, they're going to be at home. They're going to be hungry. They're going to be upset with what happened last week. But something tells me these Bengals, coming off that bye week, they done seen enough. They done fine-tuned their offense. They get back on track this week. I'm going with those Bengals. Yeah, I'm going to change that up from the 49ers to the Bengals. I'm going to have to go back and look at that too and see if I made a big mistake by changing that up. And to give those 49ers another loss, oh man, that would be tough. People will be talking then. They will lose their luster. But I'm going with the Bengals. Ravens and Cardinals. Going with the Ravens on that one. Cardinals at home. Cardinals struggle as well. Ravens, Lamar Jackson played out of his mind this past week. He's earning that money, that big contract. He's got a lot to prove this year. And I think that train going to keep on moving in week 8. So we're going to take them. Raiders and Lions. I mean, you can go either way on this one. This is Monday night football, huh? Lions at home. Raiders. You know what? This almost can be a toss-up. And that's exactly what we're going to do. This can be a toss-up, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to toss this one up. Heads, Raiders. Tails, Lions. Look like we're going with the Lions. Lions in week 8. Lions in week 8. That seals it up for this week. Those are my picks, and I'm pretty sure I will do better than last week. One game under 500, not going to do it. We got to get it better, and we will. This week, I'm very confident about these picks. So that seals it up. Thanks for y'all time, G.S.Q.H. Let me know what y'all think about these picks. Y'all think I'm a farewell, or this looks like 500 again? Or double-digit wins. Thanks for y'all time, and this is Weary Wednesday. We out of here. Peace.